Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel. Now I get asked the question a lot, what rogue should I pick up next? What rogue should I unlock next for my reputation by newer players who haven't got all the rogues yet and are looking to expand their rogue pool? What I've done in this video is I've grouped certain rogues together who have similar playstyles, so you can make an informed decision about what type of playstyle you want to adapt, whether it be run and gun, snipe, supportive, and you can pick certain rogues out of these categories to start to develop. If you do go on to enjoy the video and just want to see daily educational rogue company content, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel, but for now, let's get into it. Now I couldn't start this video off without talking about the one rogue I recommend everybody playing before they even look to adapt their rogue pool. And this is going to be Ronin. She's the rogue you play in the tutorial, and for a lot of people she's the first rogue you pick up in your first game because you played her on the tutorial. And she is a fantastic versatile rogue to get you into the basic mechanics of this game. I would recommend, if you haven't put time into Ronin, giving her a really good go, because you'll learn so much about how to use an SMG, how to use an AR, how to use grenades, smoke grenades, how to position yourself, and how to flex between sort of aggressive play and defensive play. Ronin is by far the most versatile rogue in the game, and she can play in so many different positions and play styles, and you can learn a lot about yourself and how you play from playing Ronin. This is why I recommend everybody playing her before you continue with this video and pick your other rogues to play, so you can figure out exactly what kind of playstyle you have. Once you've played a good amount of Ronin, you should have enough games and enough reputation to start looking at buying some other rogues. Now, there are different categories of rogues. I'm going to go over some of them now and to explain to you the benefits of them and the playstyles that they have. We're going to start by looking at Duelists, and these are your massive 1v1 rogues, the ones who excel at winning fights head-on in gunplay, can sometimes 1v2 and are great at flanking. Their abilities and weapons give them a unique advantage to win these fights, whether it be Shark with his overheal to gain an additional 175 health with a fantastic SMG that can absolutely laser people, whether it be Lancer who can reposition and flank really well with her quick movement, and the roll reload, which means she can bounce from target to target without having to use the reload animation, she just has to roll. Or whether it be Scorch, who when she flames up using her overheat ability gains insane damage and can 1v1 anyone, including a Shark with 175 health. These duelists are great for these 1v1s and great for people who like to run in, gun up, play with shotguns or play with SMGs and get right in the thick of the action. These are definitely your top fragging rogues and ones that you want to pick up if you want to be high on the leaderboard and you want to get a really nice amount of damage and maybe some flashy plays moving between different targets. Shark is definitely one you want to pick up if you just want to ensure that you're winning these 1v1 fights. Gaining that additional health puts you a great advantage over anybody else. Lancer is great if you want to be more tactical and focus on positioning to flank and maneuver around the enemies, and Scorch is better if you're just looking for a pure gunfight, hold a corner and flame up and destroy an enemy target that way. You also then have Breachers, and currently in the game this includes Dima and Glitch. They perform their breaching role in different ways. You have Dima, who is there loud and proud, hitting explosives and grenades and trying to blow up the enemies aggressively, and you have Glitch, who's a little bit more tactical in the way he goes about this, hacking and disrupting enemy positions by destroying their equipment and EMPing them. I find Dima to be a great transition from Ronin. If you enjoy the KA-30, which is Ronin's assault rifle, Dima has the same one, but then he also has the Mamba, which is a 3-round burst DMR, which is also a very good weapon if you can hit your shots accurately. He's a slightly more high skill capped version of Ronin in my opinion, and offers a little bit more aggressive utility with that grenade and with his different kit. Glitch on the other hand, you play a little bit more tactical, you're a bit more reserved with his SMG and shotgun. You have to try and get up close and use your hack ability and at the right times. He's a much higher skill cap and in my opinion is one of the hardest rogues to pull off correctly in this game due to the skill cap of his ability. His LMPX though, which is his SMG, is a phenomenal weapon and can compete at longer ranges and shorter ranges really well. It's one of the most versatile SMGs in the game and can absolutely shred, and with the combination of that and the flashbangs and the Semtex, he can be a really powerhouse if you are using your positioning and your movement and your map knowledge well. Going then into the support category, we have Dahlia and Saint. Now in essence, both of these are healers, they just do it in a certain way. Whereas Dahlia can link to one person and heal them only, Saint can heal anybody in the game from any distance. However, Dahlia's heal is a lot quicker than Saint's due to the rapid nature of which you can get it off. Just one note, when I say healing, I do of course mean reviving down teammates. There is natural health regeneration in this game, so there is no rogue that helps assist that. It's purely reviving down teammates using their different abilities. Whilst Dahlia is labelled as a support, she actually has a lot more versatility to her with the grenades and smokes. She's a great transition from Ronin again into a more DMR or SMG focused build. She can adapt to lots of situations and really be a great key for your team, and the fact that you can link to anybody and steal their passive means that you can adapt to a lot of situations. Whether you link to a Scorch and then you're immune to fire, whether you link to an Anvil and are immune to grenades, or whether you link to a Trench to get double grenades. There's lots of different playstyles you can go, and in my opinion, she's definitely one you should all pick up because she's great in the competitive scene and she's great just generally with the weapons she has. Saint is also a fantastic medic, but he does stick more into that medic focused role rather than being one you want to frag out with. He's a great person, but you do have to be staying back and trying to survive with him, because if you do die on Saint, you're pretty useless to your team given the fact you're meant to be healing everybody. In my opinion, he's definitely the ideal support, so if a support is your sort of playstyle, whether it be from League of Legends, whether it be from Overwatch or any other game, if you prefer that supportive playstyle, letting your team frag out, but you're being the guiding force that helps them get there, Saint is definitely the one for you. He is also one of the few rogues in the game with a scoped weapon. His Mark IV is actually scoped, so you aim down scope like you're in a first-person shooter, and it's very unique, so if you are transitioning from first-person shooters, this is a great shout as well. Next then, we'll look at the Intel rogues. Now these are rogues who give information to their team using their abilities. We have Talon and Duelists for this one. Talon uses a radar dart that he throws out and can reclaim using his passive mag gloves to reveal a certain area on the map, and then move it about to find out other locations. He has a very similar playstyle to Glitch, so if you like the sound of Glitch with that LMPX, Talon also has this, but instead of the shotgun, he has a DMR, so he can be played at a little bit more range. Talon has a fantastic kit with tenacity, life drain, C4s, and flashbangs, and is a really aggressive rogue, but also very defensive if you want him to be. He falls into this versatile playstyle like a lot of other rogues can do, such as Ronin and Dahlia, and you can play him in many different ways, and honestly, I think he's a must pick for anybody looking to sort of advance themselves in the game and be a bit more of a intel, figure out where enemies are, and then pick them off one by one kind of player. Duelists is a bit more of a traditional intel rogue though. What his ability allows him to do is reveal the closest person on the map to him, highlighting them in red as they move, as long as they don't have some sort of anti-reveal like Cloaked. Duelists is really built for long range though, with his two weapons being very unforgiving if you are missing your shots. The Devotion and the HRM have a lot of recoil to them, but a lot of damage if you can hit those shots. Duelist has great potential for snowballing, where he can just go from kill to kill, one after each other, because of his passive, which allows his ability to reset every time he gets a down. This forms the pattern of you reveal somebody, down them, get your reveal back, you reveal the next person, down them, and so on. Because of this passive and his ability, he can find out where people are and really build momentum within the game. Personally, in this category, Talon is a preferred choice for most, but Duelist, if you are really accurate and want to focus on that accuracy level, is a great pickup as well. Now though, let's go on to the defenders. Now these are not very popular in casual play, but are obviously in competitive play, and these are your zone control rogues, the ones who hold down positions and stop enemy advances. All of them attempt this zone control in different ways. Anvil, with his wall and trophy system, allows you to hold down a site and hold down a particular lane or angle really well with an LMG that can just shred down range. Is the only LMG in the game and has a lot of bullets that you don't really have to even reload for. If you just hold down that trigger, you can wipe the entire team. Trench, on the other hand, operates more of a barbed wire approach. He slows down enemy actual movement as they push towards you rather than blocking off a certain area, and it gains additional trophies due to his passive, which allows him to have two, and he's a fantastic rogue at holding down a position using the DMR, picking people off from range as they approach, and holding down the position that way by blocking their utility and blocking their ability to breach hard. Vi is the unique one though, and she does this kind of different. She does slow people down with zone control, but she does this through damaging zone control. Her poison that she can throw down damages enemy health permanently, and this really stops people wanting to push through it and advance because they're going to be at a health deficit for the rest of the game. This health deficit also translates to Vi, where she gains that health for herself up to 125, meaning she can get armor from round 1 if enemies spend too long on her poison. She, unlike the other zone controllers, does this with a lot more damage focus rather than Trench and Anvil, who rely a little bit more on just slowing people's movement. Vi, however, in my opinion, has the highest skill cap out of all of these because you need to be very aware of how you're using your abilities, and she doesn't have any form of trophy system to stop some nades coming at her. She does have tenacity, which is great, but if they pile on the grenades, you are still going to suffer. And then finally, I want to get into the last category, and this is our sniper category, including Fixer and Phantom. Now this is a whole different area of the game and relies on a much different skill set than any other rogues. Whereas those other rogues can transition between each other fairly well, snipers are a whole different ballgame. Phantom was the first and most traditional sniper, with a standard sniper with a normal reload speed and fire rate that you have to hit headshots to really get that pick potential. That's kind of what snipers are there for though, getting that pick potential and getting some really flashy plays, so if that is your style, definitely pick up the snipers here in this game. Fixer is slightly different though. His whole kit revolves around playing around smoke grenades using his thermal vision to see through them. He's very unique in this sense and can, with his pistol, absolutely dominate at closer ranges as well, but he requires a much higher skill cap because of this. Knowing when to use your ability, knowing when to use the smoke, and hitting deadly headshots with only 2 mag in your sniper is really important. The reason you'd play snipers in this game is if you just love the sniper playstyle from other games. It definitely does translate well. There isn't any bullet drop, there isn't really any delay or movement adjusting. It's just put that cursor on the head, fire, get the down, get pick potential for your team, and gain momentum that way. Okay then guys, that's a different class overview of all the different rogues in the game, and hopefully what this allows you to do is pick a particular playstyle you might be interested in, and pick a rogue out of that seems interesting to you. If any of these rogues did pique your interest, I have a guide on every single one of them, going into more depth to know exactly how to play them, how to upgrade them, and some general tips to avoid the cardinal mistakes you might make at the start. All of those links will be down in the description below for every single rogue, so as soon as one picks your fancy, look at that guide, then pick them up in game and give them a go. But that's going to take us to the end of the video guys. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You could also come follow me on twitch.tv/RadtharGaming, see live gameplay commentaries, guides, Q&As, ranked gameplay, and playing with viewers. All the links you need are down in the description below. For now guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll catch you in the next video.